Stadium. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Stidham. It's caught. Left side, Boulder. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And some space here. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Running straight ahead is Jacobs, and he'll get it inside the 35.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On that last carry, here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. They run with Bolden, and he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Jacobs going to try the middle. Talanoa Hufanga in on the stop.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Bolden. A solid stiff arm. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. He gets this down to the 3. Brought the power run out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Now they send the tight end in motion left. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
But when the ball snapped from the 3 down near the goal line, I think in days gone by we thought many teams would run the football, but on 3rd down in today's game, I expect them to throw it. A little counterintuitive there. They tried to run it, instead spilled for a loss.
They'll try and throw for it with Stidham. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he is not going to be able to get away as they swarm it for a loss shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Lance going to throw. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Okay, ready?
Lance to throw for it on 4th down. Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside the quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
At the 24-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Jacobs now. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. They run it with Jacobs. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Carlson is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Debo Samuel on return. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Here we go.
1st down,
Lance now to throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing now is Lance. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's personal or just offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. After the interception, here's Stidham. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Stidham. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the 49ers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Second down. Here's an option right. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Lance looking to throw it. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked up by Nate Hobbs. Jacobs.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
A run with Jacobs there on first down, but he'll manage only a yard or two at best. Second down coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Running is Jacobs. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 55 rushing yards, rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's Jacobs. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Offense also plays an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Now it's Bolden. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
From midfield now, here's Stidham. And Bolden brings it in, complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a carry for Jacobs. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Here's Jacobs. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Here's Boulder. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Stidham on the sneak, and he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 49ers going to take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Running it with Jacobs. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Second down, Jacobs once more. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 78 yards on the ground here for Jacobs, and this is a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. A lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Jacobs. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
They've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Once again, it's Jacobs. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stops short of the goal line down at the 2. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold them to 3 to keep this a one-score game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs taking it in for 2 yards out. And the Raiders will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you're still in this game. Yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 77 yards. And the 49ers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Gold with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And down to the 36-yard line here. 90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all game long. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. This should be the final piece to the puzzle as Stidham goes down to a knee.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to 0. Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.